We're going to start right back with number lines. Now, I did draw a number line last period, and I told you 0 is in the middle. 1, 2, you're going to draw a number line, and I want your number line to go all the way to 10 and all the way to negative 10. So that you've got a number line in your book, even though you may not need it. All right? I still want you to put it in. So I want it to go from negative 10 here up to 10. I've got this little one, miniature version. So we should be using our rulers to rule a line, not just plainly drawing it. Okay, so here I am talking about adding and subtracting. If I say to you, 2 plus 3, I'm going to say that 100% of you, absolutely everybody in here, can tell me the answer without looking at the number line. The answer is? Loud? 5. If you are not going to answer correctly, then you can just be quiet, please. That's not funny. Okay, we know the answer is 5, but what is it doing is my next question. What does this say? How can I tell somebody to use the number line to answer this question? Now it's a bit harder. Esther?
Start with the 2 and move it to the right 3.
Okay, so this says start at 2 and move 3. 1, 2, 3. All right? Now that's a really important piece of information because it's going to help us do all our integer work. And when we're doing integers without a calculator, you close your eyes and you see this number line in your head and you know that when you are adding, we add going this way, and when we are subtracting, we subtract going this way. So if I say next, 1 minus 5, I don't want you turning those numbers around and going, oh, 5 minus 1 is 4. All right? It's start at 1 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? So negative 4. So when we're adding, we go right. When we're subtracting, we go left. Okay, that's easy. We've been doing that for a number of years. Problem is, when we introduce negatives, so we have introduced negatives here, it's a negative 4, not a minus 4, it's a negative 4. We only use the word minus if it's between two numbers. All right? If we're doing negatives, what if we start at negative 2 and add 3? What will be the answer then? Oliver?
Positive 1.
Positive 1. Don't need to write positive, because if it doesn't have a positive, it is a positive. Good. All right, start at negative 2, add 3. Here's the tricky one. What if it is 3 minus negative 2? Emma,
Positive 5.
how did you get it?
Because of the 2 symbols. 2 symbols.
Okay, but what happens? I want the number line. I want to be able to know the number line. The answer is right. It is 5. It is 5. The number line does start at.
Well, what I was going to say is that when there's 2 lines, they can go together to make it 5.
That's very good, and it's a handy piece of information, but I want to understand what is happening on the number line. We are starting at 3. What does minus mean? We go that way. But what does this minus mean? Turn around and go the other way. All right? So this is go left, and I call this but walk backwards. So if I was standing on 3, I'm going to go left 2, but I'm not going to go 2 because 2 would be walking that way. I'm going to go backwards for a negative and walk this way, 1, 2. All right? So I'm going to end up starting on 3, walking backwards and going to 5. Okay? So yes, I love what Esther said, and it's a really good thing. I've been teaching my year 12s to do it. minus a negative is 2. All right? Minus a negative, only because they're close together can we put them together. What about this one? We can't put that together. So, according to my way of thinking, it is start at 3. Here I am on 3. Add, face this way, and minus 4. Go backwards 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where am I? Negative 1. Good. All right, so it's really important to understand what you're doing, not just be able to use rules. Using rules gets us in trouble if we don't know why the rules make sense. So I don't want to hear things like 2 negatives make a positive. That's not a very good rule, because if we had this one, start at negative 3, right, here I am on negative 3, minus 1. Where am I? Okay, so 2 negatives don't make a positive, do they? Alright, so be careful with rules, understand the number line, and you'll be doing well.